explore what happens next in the story. Now, the declaration of the order from Berlin is there in the class. The attitude towards the language and the teacher is completely changed. The child is now feeling a little respect, great respect, etc. for his teacher. Now let's read this paragraph and see what happens further in the story. Poor man, it was in honor of this last lesson that he had put on his fine Sunday clothes, and now I understood. Why old men of the village were sitting there in the back of the rooms. It was because they were sorry too that they had not gone to school more. It was their way of thanking our master for 40 years of faithful service and of showing their respect for the country that was theirs no more. Now, Franz now understands the reason of M. Hamel wearing that special green coat with frilled shirt, and he also understands the reason of the villagers sitting in the class. He has come to know that their reasons. Now he has explored the reasons of why villagers were sitting. One of the reason was that they were feeling sorry, and the other reason was that it was their way to thank the master for his 40 years of the faithful service. And another third thing is that they were showing respect to the country that was no more theirs. Let's have a look at the notes based on the reading of the paragraph we have done just now. Summarize these notes. Of all this, I heard my name called. It was my turn to recite. What would I have not given to be able to say that dreadful rule for the participles all through, very loud and clear and without one mistake. But I got mixed up on the first words and stood there holding on to my desk, my heart beating and not daring to look up. Now, while he was thinking all these things, while he was realizing the things, why the people were in the class and what all those things, he heard his name being called. And it was understood that it was his turn now to recite. Recite means his turn to say, I heard my name called, and it was my turn to recite. What would I not have given to be able to say that dreadful rule for participle all through, very loud and clear and without any mistake. Now Franz wished to say all the rules of participles without any mistakes, and he would have given anything. To say those things errorless, mistake free, but he mixed up in the first words and he felt quite ashamed, and so he stood there only. He held on to his desk and he was not daring to look up. This expression is showing that he was feeling a great regret for not attending the classes properly, for not learning the language, and he was really repenting. He was really ashamed of him for not learning the rules of participles, and he could not even dare to look up to look up straight into the class also. Pause the video and have a look at the notes. Try summarizing them further and what enhance your skills. When Franz could not say the rules of participle without any error, so he was really anticipating that the teacher might be very angry and he would get a great scolding in front of everybody. He had to feel insulted, as elders were sitting in the class, the little ones were also sitting in the class, and he was really, he was chilled to his bones. And now let's read what actually happens in the class that day. What was the teacher's reaction, M. Hammel's reaction, when Franz could not say the rules of participles clearly. So, I heard M. Hamel say to me, "I won't scold you, little Franz. You must feel bad enough. See, how is it? Every day we have said to ourselves, bah, have plenty of time. I'll learn it tomorrow. And now you see where you have come out. Oh, that's the great trouble with Alsace. She puts off learning till tomorrow. Now those fellows out there will have the right to say to you, how is it you pretend to be Frenchmen? How is it you pretend to be Frenchmen, and yet you can neither speak nor write your own language? But you are not the worst, poor little Franz. We have all a great deal to reproach ourselves with." Now, M. Hamel was quite polite. Again, he did not scold M. Hamel, but he made him realize what actually happened of his habit of putting on the things onto the next day. So he said that it is a human habit that they feel that they will learn tomorrow. They put off learning till tomorrow. It is called procrastination. We put off the things onto the future time, and we think that we have plenty of time and we can do whenever we will feel like. But anything, we never know that something like this can happen, as it has happened with the people of Alsace, who will not be able to learn their language, use their language in future. Now, he says that it is only because of this habit of putting of the things onto tomorrow that they have to bear the criticism of foreigners, criticisms of the rulers, and they will be making fun of them that you consider yourself to be French and you are not able to use the language. You didn't know even the first things of the language, and all these things they have to bear now. Now, M. Hamel suggests that it is not their fault. It's not only France who has put off the things onto the next day. All people are to reproach themselves with. They have to think again, and so this was the first reason M. Hamel told about a child not learning the language. That was he himself. The child himself was responsible, as he had the habit of putting off the things onto some future time, saying that enough time is there, he or she can do that work in a later stage. So for this, M. Hamel politely said that he was not alone. There were many people who were doing this, and he should not be feeling ashamed of himself for not doing things like that. These are the notes based on the paragraph read. It's a very good method to enhance your understanding now and writing skills. So pause the video and try it. Further says, your parents were not anxious to have you learn. They preferred to put you to work on a farm or at the mills so as to have a little more money, and I have been to blame also. Have I not often sent you to water my flowers instead of learning your lessons? And when I wanted to go fishing, did I not just give you a holiday? So M. Hamel is further is declaring further in this paragraph. The writer is expressing the thoughts of the teacher to whom he is blaming for a child's not serious or sincere in his learning. He said that the second person are the parents. Parents are responsible as they want to earn some more money, and they preferred their children to work on farms or at the mills so that they can earn a little money. And further, he feels that the teacher himself, M. Hamel himself, was also responsible, the third person who was responsible for the child's non-serious behavior was the teacher himself. As for his personal interest, for his personal work like watering the flowers or going to fishing, like he used to declare holidays, or he did not let them learn their lesson just for his personal satisfaction or entertainment. So M. Hamel held three persons responsible for a child's not being serious in the studies. That is, first, the child himself; second, the parents who did not showed interest in child's education and preferred money over the child's education; third is the teacher himself who preferred his own personal interest and enjoyment over the education of the child. He also wasted his time. The child wasted his time himself by putting on the things on the next day and saying there is a lot of time, and then the parents preferred getting money rather than sending the child to school, and the teacher preferred getting his work done or leaving or giving them off whenever he wanted to enjoy. So these are the three persons who are responsible, according to Mr. M. Hamel, for a child not being interested in learning a language or his lessons. Pause the video and have a look at the notes. Try summarizing them and enhance your skills. Listening surely enhances understanding. Keep watching my videos. Do like, subscribe and press the bell icon for the latest videos of my channel.